An Albuquerque police officer indicted on allegations he inappropriately touched a suspect while searching her. And while prosecutors were considering charging him, he was allowed to work.
Tonight in a Target 7 investigation, we learned that during that time, some of his felony arrests were thrown out because of his pending charges. Here's Peyton Spellisy.
This is Albuquerque police officer Liam King. We told you recently about how he was indicted on charges of false imprisonment, demanding or receiving a bribe, violation of ethical principles, and sexual contact.
State of New Mexico versus Liam Jerome King.
Target 7 has now obtained documents that shed light into these charges. This memo says in June of 2023, he searched a female suspect without probable cause. It also says he found a tiny bag of meth and threw it away and did not document it. It took 17 months before King was indicted.
I don't think it's abnormal to have that much time pass, because if you're doing an investigation, you want to make sure you've done a thorough investigation.
But former prosecutor John Day says this case could highlight a breakdown between the DA's office and APD, which led to some of King's felony arrests being tossed.
Who's at fault? I mean, that's a question that's above my pay grade.
While King was on leave, APD conducted an internal investigation. They determined that he violated 4 department policies, the department handing down a verbal and written reprimand and a 3-day suspension. He then was allowed to go back and patrol the streets. Eventually, APD turning over the criminal investigation to the DA.
If I'm a defense lawyer in a criminal case and I see that this officer is on one of these lists for misconduct, for dishonesty, for some situation that puts their credibility at issue, I'm going to tear into that like a pit bull with a raw steak.
So the DA's office sent this memo to APD asking why King was on leave when the officer informed them he couldn't testify in a case. They were wanting to know so they could put the officer on what was called the Giglio or Brady list.
These are lists of police officers who have had misconduct reports, who have had reports of bad incidents, who have had reports of dishonesty.
This is what the Giglio list in Bernalillo County looks like. There are 19 officers on it, including King. And whenever one of these officers is called to testify in a criminal case, the prosecution must tell the defense why the officer is on this list.
And then the defense can do with it what they want.
Target 7 went through all of Officer King's felony arrests since he returned to work. We found 40 cases were tossed for these reasons. 5 times the state declined to prosecute. There were 5 cases the DA dropped for, quote, the interest of justice. 28 times prosecutors said the case needed further investigation. And there were 2 cases in which prosecutors acknowledged they were dismissing because King was on the Giglio list. Most of them were drug cases stemming from traffic stops.
That's not necessarily a good thing for the general public who's hoping for, law and order and hoping for prosecution of people dealing drugs.
Police Chief Harold Medina told Target 7 in a phone call that they were aware that King was on the Giglio list. However, no one from the DA's office had reached out to them to let them know that his cases were going to be thrown out because of it.
There are plenty of jobs an officer can do that don't involve arresting people and testifying in court.
Day said the DA's office doesn't have to dismiss a case because an officer is on the Giglio list.
It's really a tactical decision by prosecutors what they do with a case when one of their witnesses is a law enforcement officer who's on the Brady list or the Giglio list.
Medina said had APD known, they would have reassigned King to a job that didn't involve arresting people. Police officials told Target 7 they completed the criminal investigation last December, and 11 months went by before there was any kind of indictment. We asked the DA's office if they ever notified APD. In an email, a spokeswoman said APD was investigating him for felony criminal conduct while he was on duty. In our public filings closing the cases, we noted multiple times that he was on the Giglio list.
I find that sort of an interesting disconnect, because if you're a law enforcement agency and your guy's on this list, you've got to know that that's going to put the prosecution at risk. This is not rocket science.
For Target 7, I'm Peyton Spellisy.
To read the full responses from the District Attorney's Office and the Albuquerque Police Department, you can visit KOAT.com. And if you have a tip for us to investigate, call 505-884-6347 or email target7@KOAT.com.